Fancy lad.
Fancy lad.
Fancy
Podcast.
lad.
Fancy lad.
Fancy lad.
Podcast. Gonna talk to my friends. Gonna share a
Fancy
thought.
lad.
Gonna have a laugh. That's what I
Fancy
thought.
lad.
Fancy lad.
Fancy
Fancy
lad.
podcast. Fancy lad. Fancy lad
Fancy lad.
podcast. Yeah.
Hi, this is Big. Thank you for tuning into the Fancy Lad podcast. Tour edition.
It's my favorite one.
With me always is my co-host Big.
Hi.
This is Abe Orange Man in the house. And we're talking Fancy Lad Tour 2016.
Fancy Lad Tour Video Tour, aka We Are Fucking Famous Now Tour.
AKA USA World Tour.
I'd like to welcome Cam Lindsay to the set. Thank you. Cheers.
Cam getting started early with the waters. Craft services will not be pleased.
We're joined again by Tom Tweak. Let's get a big round of
Podcast fan
applause.
favorite. Nominated podcast best guest of all time.
I am the favorite podcast fan on this podcast. Absolutely.
2-time gold medalist.
You're my favorite fan.
Thank you.
And that piece of shit you heard chiming in the back there was Jack Cradolfer, in case you couldn't recognize his Weasley fucking voice.
Weighing in at 180 pounds. It's this piece of shit. DJ Prick.
Okay.
And
cut
that
that
chuckling was K-Man, aka Kevin Manning, videographer superstar.
DJ
You
Prick.
can't just wave to the microphone, can you, man?
That was
You can, actually.
I can't laugh at it either.
How you doing, guys?
Great.
They
Fantastic.
can't respond to you either. If you ask a question.
Shit.
So there's a lot to cover on the tour. Might have to even be a two-parter. Who knows?
We haven't tackled the two-parter yet.
So let's start at the beginning.
All right.
In the beginning, there was semen. I'm sorry, wait. New Brunswick. That's where we started.
That was the
Well-
first stop on the tour.
Technically, right?
That's appropriate with Narako being the, porn review guy and everything. Yeah, did you guys like Chris Narako?
He was a wonderful host.
Great host.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He was great. Great house, great yard, great driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Let us sesh his obstacles. That was great.
Guy's sarcasm is beautiful.
Yeah, he has great
Yeah,
sarcasm.
he knows how to do it. He knows how to piss someone off.
Right. That's why he's so good at interviewing.
Right.
Because he knows how to piss someone off.
Did he piss you off?
No, I think that's because he likes us for some reason.
He did. He
Yeah.
seemed to have some sort of unspoken respect for our crew.
If he knows you're a pathetic loser, he respects you. But if you're famous, he'll try to piss you off.
Makes sense.
That does make a lot of sense, actually.
I think a lot of people do that. I've tried to do that in the past, where you see a famous person and you try to, cut him down a notch,
Try to crack him.
just to show him that we are all equals.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brian Herman, see him at the bar once, and I go, "Hey, what's good, dude?" And he goes, "Hey," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, what was your name?"
Nice.
Then go to the bar next door. He comes in a little while later. I pulled the same thing on him, and he really. The second time he was like, "Dude." I'm like, "Look, we're all equals here. Comedy is the great equalizer."
Yeah, I've only seen one pro skater at a bar before, and it was Julian Stranger at this skate bar in San Francisco. Every pro skater goes to. Dave Baczynski was there too, playing pool, but
Nice.
I didn't really see or talk to him. But then the next day, I saw Julian Stranger at the park, and I said, "Hey man, I saw you at the bar last night." He was like, "Fuck, I was there." Weird. I was like, sick.
Yeah, he's
That's a
sick.
pro skater.
He brought back
Yeah.
his memory.
Yeah. Blackout drunk at the bar.
Right. Good for him.
Yeah, I've only seen one pro skater at a bar as well, and it was a flat bar, and it was one Abe Dubin.
Aw.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
so sweet.
I love flat bars.
Yeah, he didn't do anything.
Nollie lip slide.
He took my board. Demanded it, rather.
I've been skating flat bars for a long time, and in New Brunswick, our first stop, spoiler alert, I achieved every skater's dream by conquering their first handrail.
It's true, the two-stair.
And that was a mighty two-stair.
Two-stair doom.
Steep handrail.
And it
Straight
was
to the
steep,
ground.
straight into the ground.
It was.
You
I'm
know?
not sure if you guys are understanding this. The handrail was so steep that it was going straight into the ground.
I'm telling you, it was a mile high if it was an inch, I tell you.
It was definitely a few inches tall.
That's a few miles right there.
Yeah.
And I turned my hat backwards, and I started singing Heath Kirchart's Nights in White Satin, and I just charged it
Got that thing done.
and rode away to glory.
Yeah, it was probably the most impressive handrail skating I've ever seen in person. By
In New Jersey.
on that night in New Jersey.
And it was just a great way to kick off the tour. Everybody was friggin' tossing. This guy, Cam, who we're joined by today, he 5-0'd it with just his tail. That's just to tell you how big this rail was.
That's true.
Matt did some sort of pressure hippie jump flip through it. Big, he was flinging. Oh, how he was flinging. Everybody was just out of the van and just trying to just bust.
I recall one K-Man skating up and then down the nub of the end of the rail, which was very impressive because it was at least 1.5 miles high at the end. And once again, very steep and straight into the ground.
Skating up handrails is big in 2016.
Did you go up it?
And then back down.
What are you talking about?
Up
I don't
and
think
down.
you did that.
No, he just like
I was
tapped.
hitting
He
the
just
end of
tapped
it.
the side of it.
Yeah.
You know, if you
Well, he saw
zoom in, the angle I was at,
I was going up.
he went up, you know.
He made
Maybe-
contact.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Did he tell you to say this?
Yes.
How much did he pay you?
$50.
All right, that's a reasonable amount.
I thought
okay, I
so,
would
too.
say
I
it
thought
too.
it was a lot, yeah.
Because I didn't remember seeing that. That makes sense now.
I'm coming for Leo Romero, man.
Okay, you know, enough of that. Let's get to the true highlight of New Jersey, the bidet.
Oh, the
in
bidet. The bidet.
Norocco's bathroom.
Bidet by bidet.
It's tough to go back after you've been to a bidet.
Yeah, it's hard to say good day to that thing.
Once you
Yeah.
go bidet, you never go away.
If you have a bidet, it's always your B-day.
If you get a bidet, they'll never run astray.
I got one, but I'm not gonna say it.
Go ahead.
Because it.
Once you use a bidet,
You automatically turn
gay.
What?
What?
How does that make you feel, Abe?
Do you mean that
That's
in
so
the
inaccurate.
Yeah, that is inaccurate.
No, like Norocco said, if you use the higher setting, it feels like you're getting, pounded up the ass in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did mention that.
And then I used that higher setting, and I said,
I'm never going back.
yeah, I said this is just as good.
If not cleaner.
All
If
right.
not clean.
As good as going to prison.
Yeah.
You could have sex anally not in prison.
Oh, seriously?
You'd probably enjoy it, as you now know.
Alright.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Edit that one out.
Well, there was a dryer on this, which was a little specific to a bidet as opposed to a
Wait, it was-
throbbing penis.
There was a fan?
It was a dryer, Jack. Jesus.
Fucking
I
Jack
literally
decided
just
Jack-
said it.
No, the bidet
Jack, are you
squirts the water,
serious?
but is there a
Yeah,
fan as
yeah.
well?
The
not a
bidet
fan,
squirts
it's a
the
dryer.
water, and then it dries your butt. It's not that
How does
hard.
it
of
work?
a
It's
Yeah.
kind of
Jesus
like an
Christ.
asshole washer and dryer set.
Yeah.
Does it dry it with air?
Yeah, Jack.
No.
I'm sorry I jumped
No,
on
with
you
more
there.
water.
It dries
Big
you with
robot.
there.
It dries you with more water.
You know, I'm not sure if you guys realize this, but once you start using a bidet, it's like nothing else matters.
Mhm.
And then when you talk to people that haven't used a bidet before, it's like, what the fuck? You haven't used a
Yeah.
bidet?
I know, it's hard
And
to
this
even
fucking Joker,
talk to them at all.
Jack?
Wait, who is Morocco?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Morocco.
Morocco.
That's
No,
like
Dave-
a country in Africa.
Dave kept calling him Narenko.
No, yeah,
he had no idea who he was.
Yeah, Nick
either.
Norenko.
Yeah.
It's Chris
No, he's like,
Narocco.
where's Nick? We're like, you talking about Big? He's like, no, the guy who was sleeping at his house. I was like, dude.
Nick Ranko.
Jesus.
And for you listeners out there, Chris Narocco is a very well-known journalist. He wrote Big Brother, my first skate video subscription. He wrote, he writes for Vice. I mean, I feel like most skaters are familiar with his work.
Yeah, I was first introduced to him from the Big Brother videos and magazine, but I remember him on the Good Times Are Killing Me tour, which is why I asked him.
Hell of a tour.
I texted him afterwards and asked him, so how does the Fancy Lad tour compare to the Foundation Good Times Are Killing Me tour? And he said, equally as forgettable. How's that?
He had appearances in Jackass as well.
Yeah, he was on it like once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was an elf or something.
Well, I think we all had a tour video in mind when we were hitting the road. Well, our ideal tour experience, what it would look like. Was it going to be fireworks?
Yes.
Pellet guns?
Yes.
Were people going to flash us? Which did happen
Absolutely.
randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Hot?
No.
Damn.
I thought so.
Maybe.
Well, maybe.
Maybe
No.
temperature-wise.
Yeah, it was a wicked hot day. I fell asleep in the parking lot.
Bills? No.
No.
Alright.
Were we going to get harassed by a priest or cops or get arrested?
Or a 12-year-old kid at the municipal courts in Philly.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that kid.
What was that? Oh, yeah, I think I
You know
met
what?
him
We're
at the
still
7-Eleven.
We're still in New Jersey right now.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back to New Brunswick, baby.
Yeah, so, but the thing was, things were just starting to cook up at that point,
That's true. That 3-hour session in Narocco's driveway really warmed us up.
He had
Sweet
too many
guy.
obstacles.
It was great.
We couldn't leave.
Yeah.
It was
That question.
a lot of fun, and that was the main problem with it. But
It was better than the streets there.
There weren't
Tom,
too
you
many
did the
spots.
best trick there.
that is the only reason I
The
brought it
crook
up.
drop down crook.
Yeah.
And when we were leaving, Narocco said to me, he said, dude, fucking when Dan Lou was here, bro, check it out. He almost did a fucking crook. Drop down crook. Drop down crook.
Oh.
And I said, my friend Tom Tweak over there did a crook drop down crook. And he said, that's the hardest one to crook drop down crook because it's the furthest drop. And I said, props to Tom, motherfucker, right here.
For the listeners at home, Big just gave me a pound there.
And by pound, we mean a kiss on the lips.
Yes.
That's what that's
I
code
kissed
for.
Tom on the lips on the tour.
That's true.
Actually,
Really?
Tom kissed me
Wait,
on the
wait
lips.
a minute. I think that was before we even left for the tour.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was in the driveway. Where was it? It was somewhere.
Oh no, we just met up in New Jersey. I was poking my head out the window and you were fake kissing me at that first spot,
Right.
and then you just went in for the kill.
Yeah, and then, it's just you just look so beautiful in the lighting.
Yeah, the New Jersey lighting, like you read about that type of
That
stuff.
smog, it really
Yeah.
just covered up your normally like too poignant features.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like give them a little smidgy.
I'm surprised my nose didn't get in the way.
That's just surprised my mustache getting in the way.
I felt that.
So, if we want to bring it back even before New Jersey, there was, right off the bat, there was a lot of dusting going on this trip.
We had two cars. We had the van, and Dave Darling took his own car. He wasn't able to make the whole tour, so he took his own car so he could kind of dip when he needed to. But that whole dipping thing, it set a precedent. If if one crew wanted to do something else, we would be dusting. Now, dusting, it's a term that we really came to love. It's where you just totally ditch or otherwise leave behind the other crew in one vehicle and just blaze ahead. It's kind of a Manifest Destiny, red hot blooded American pastime.
Blaze your own path.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as we were on a road trip, paths had to be blazed.
Right off the bat, it was like you guys went to pick up Matt
In Rhode
and
Island.
kind of reverse dusted us by going to those skate parks without us.
Oh, we had to go to a skate
Right.
park in Rhode
Yes,
Island.
yeah, we stopped at a skate park next to Matt's house, but our reasoning for that was, well, they are waiting for Fisk, so assuming he even shows up right after we leave. That's another 20 minutes before they leave. So we have time to skate here for 20 minutes, which obviously turned into probably an hour. But, you know, it, as you can tell by the Fancy Lad Instagram, it yielded some good footage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the first stop in the tour. I busted out my skimboard.
Yep.
We had a live impromptu demo. You know, we
Yes.
showed up unannounced, as we like to say.
Mm-hmm.
And the locals were loving it.
Absolutely.
Little kids were digging it. We skated the 3 ramps, or maybe it was just 2 that existed at the skate park. It was about the size of half a basketball court.
And that flat bar.
And there, and that flat bar.
That
Dope.
flat bar, dope.
It was a wonderful little flat bar. So I got my training in for what would be the handrail later on in the evening.
So yeah, I wasn't there for that, but how did it feel to actually fulfill the dream of being a pro on tour and putting on professional demos? Because we did.
Oh, we sure did. We did a few, maybe 3.
The first one, I didn't think that in New Brunswick, I didn't think that those kids were there for the demo. But I was wrong. When I showed up and they were just, you know, playing a game of skate on the flat ground, and we handed them a paper ripped out of a magazine with Fancy Lad written on it, their eyes lit up.
They knew.
Yeah.
The problem with that kind of demo, where it's kind of a jam style demo where everyone skates, is that there was people who skated better than us at the demo.
True.
So that became kind of a problem, and I think the other people were a little confused as to who was pro and who wasn't.
Yeah.
And I think probably they realized whoever they didn't recognize might have been the touring pros, even though they weren't as good.
Yeah, that's what I always say. I try to tell people, I say, you know, we don't seem like pro here, but bring us to a spot where only one trick in the world can be done, and then you'll really see us shine.
Right. Give us a couple hours and then just condense that down to a 1-second clip, and you'll be entertained.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, but in real life and at a skate park, it doesn't always translate.
No. So...
But the
Let's
meet
see.
and greet aspect was great.
That was
I feel
fantastic.
weird at skate parks.
You feel weird?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Not raw enough?
Yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like, I don't know. I don't like skating that stuff.
It's too fast for me.
Well,
Too
I like
smooth.
the fast part of it.
I like the smooth part. It's like I'm on a vacation.
I just feel like everything's too perfect. There's no, like, you don't have to work around anything to, like, there's no challenge to the spot.
I agree to that. It's pretty much like all your routes are predestined.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's always going to be someone who's skated a million times who's going to just...
Just run
Dominate
laps.
it.
Run laps.
Yeah.
That guy in the black pants, he was,
Oh, yeah. Black Pants guy.
yeah.
Black Pants guy.
He was
He was,
good.
yeah, he was familiar.
Oh, was he the one with the pants that were,
Black.
They were,
no, they weren't blue. Wasn't green corduroy. Khakis, no. They were black, yeah.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guy with
Oh,
black
yeah.
pants.
yeah.
No, he
I
was
know
great.
exactly what
Black
you're
pants,
talking about, yeah. Yeah, that guy was
Could
good.
you please keep it down?
Drinking water.
All right, for our listeners just tuning in now, that was piece of shit Jack Rodolfer in the back interrupting as usual.
I didn't
Fancy
go
lad
on the tour.
intern.
I sulked for 2 weeks while they were away.
You were gonna do that anyway. If we were here or not, you'd be in your room sulking.
Well, some of our friends who didn't go on the tour went on Tinder. They used their time wisely.
Mikey Mike.
Yeah.
I actually meant Cool Peter, but
Really?
did Mike?
Yeah, Mike last night went on a OkCupid date.
Okay,
Good
that's
for
well, that's
him.
not
I hate to
Tinder,
spill this
Jack.
info, but I think it was because you guys were gone. Loneliness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. He chooses 2 days after everyone's
Now
back.
back,
Yeah.
Go on
back
a
to my
OK
original question.
Cupid
How
date.
smooth was the driveway was Morocco's driveway?
Who gives a fuck?
Morocco's driveway. You know, it was a
I've
little
actually-
it was a little bumpy, but for the most part, it was good asphalt.
Yeah.
No one else is gonna care
Excellent.
about that.
My favorite part of that whole session was when one of his kids came up behind you and scared you.
Yeah, he
Oh,
scared
that
me.
was
His,
great.
his little 5-year-old kid, never met him yet.
My only
He just went up behind me and did the boo
Yeah.
thing.
my
And
only
it
regret
actually
is
did startle me a little bit, but I
not getting
thought
more
it was
footage
cute.
of those little buggers, you know.
Yeah,
That
Would
was
have been
great.
wholesome.
they were cool. Just that was the only interaction I had with them at all, and I was like, they're cool. They're merry pranksters, and I can
Did
relate
they
to
scare
that.
you enough to run to the bodega?
No, I had already used it a few times prior to that.
Succession.
Yeah. And I had a ball. Couldn't figure it out first try. There's a lot of buttons.
First try.
It was like
The
4
button
buttons.
mash.
It was like 4 buttons.
That's a lot for me.
Rookie shit.
It's like a smartphone of toilets, so I'm used to a flip. You just flip the seat up and down.
Yeah, you should just use the voice control.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bidet.
Hey Siri, spray my ass.
That's good.
Thank you.
Alright, should we move past New Jersey?
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Siri, violent case of. Damn it! I lost what I was gonna say.
Diarrhea?
Squirts?
No. But yeah, no, it was along the lines of
Hemorrhoids?
diarrhea, but it was phrased just perfectly.
Hey Siri, how do you get diarrhea stains out of tennis shoes?
Anal seepage. That's what I was gonna say.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Fuck yeah.
What cued the send off from New Jersey?
You fucking motherfucker. You even.
It's so annoying.
You get.
I'm curious.
Say
Like,
one
how
more
did
Because
thing.
a mosquito fucking buzzing around my head.
to leave?
When we fucking woke up.
Everything was scheduled.
Yeah.
Okay, Big scheduled this whole thing and it went off without a hitch. I
Right.
tell you.
Did you stick to the schedule?
For the most part, there was only one day where we decided not to go to Detroit and stay in Chicago an extra day.
But
Is
yeah, we'll
that?
get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we're not even anywhere
Yeah,
close
you
to
are so
Chicago.
This is
fucking
like the
annoying.
chapter summary before
I
you.
can think of the
Just shut
one
up.
tangent we went on.
Okay, Jack, we're rolling up the window.
Yeah.
We're leaving New Brunswick.
After
We're leaving you here.
After
We're leaving you
Philly,
here.
Yeah,
bro.
we're
I'm
leaving you
sorry.
in a car in the parking lot on
Alright,
a 100-degree day.
Cue,
We're
car
leaving you in the
screeching
parking
sound
lot of the
effect.
Walmart, alright?
Please, no one crack the windows.
Yes.
Cue police
So
siren.
moving on to Philadelphia.
Philly was great. We stayed with our close friend, who we've really only hung out with a few times. Philip Thompson.
Mm,
He's a great guy.
Distillery, man.
The Celery Man, as he's known on YouTube.
fantastic.
It was basically the Internet Friends tour.
Yeah.
We stayed with all of our best internet friends and spent, about a day or so with them. And he's the best. And even though he has like a 1-room apartment, we filled the floor.
I slept
yeah.
in the
We
best
filled
nook.
every single inch
when
of
we
that floor.
when we got
with
there
bodies.
and we saw it was one room, I was like, I don't know if there's any way we're gonna be able to fill this floor.
Oh,
But then
we
once
got
we
it.
started laying down, I thought,
We
hey,
got it.
we got this.
Abe kept
Oh,
knocking over the fan, which pissed me off. It's not funny.
He knocked it
still
over
pisses
and
me
then
off.
immediately faced
Faced
it
it the other
towards
way.
himself.
You guys had a different fan in
Doesn't
your
matter.
section.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, this is mine now.
I'm still.
I did it for everyone else who
Screw it.
needed some air.
That's annoying.
And
still.
then I woke up in the morning, open up the neighbor's door because he told me that they were gone, and I look inside and I go, holy shit, this would have fit us comfortably.
Yeah, we all forgot about that. Yeah, he said the neighbors were moved out and that we could sleep in there
Yeah.
too.
And then he said
Why
no.
didn't he mention that again?
Because he said he thought someone was gonna find out.
Yeah.
Play it
I'm
safe.
scared.
That's a valid. That's a valid
It's
concern.
not valid. No one was gonna find
No
out.
one would have found out.
Well, yeah. In
Sleeping there for
retrospect,
6
it's not
hours.
valid because nothing happened.
Having any floor to sleep on was good though.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't know. I got my nook and I was psyched, except when Eric woke me up by kneeing me so fucking hard in the spinal cord.
He,
And then
he
he
told me about that.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Because he goes
the day before.
he goes sorry, and I go. We both woke up from it. He goes sorry, and I go it's okay. We went back to bed.
I woke up to Dave just grabbing my gut
Really?
really hard with his talons.
Weird.
He had been up for a couple hours already because he had to move his car, and then he went to a diner.
He
He was
did that
awake?
on purpose.
He did it on purpose.
Oh,
yeah.
That's kind of even weirder. I thought he was asleep doing it. You
Yeah,
know?
me too.
No, yeah, he just grabbed me. But, we have that kind of relationship.
Well, I mean, everyone can grab each other, and
Yeah, that's what the road trip's all about.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, why?
Why did he do it? I think he was ready for everyone else to wake up.
I would fucking kill.
Should've
Okay.
started moving pots and pans and shit.
Jack, shut the fuck up.
No, that's my move.
Yeah, that is Jack's move.
Throw around
Jack's
pots
talked more
and
than me,
pans.
and I was on the tour.
Well, I gotta say, we did find some good spots in Philly. Some old, some new. We went to the Domino's spot. That was kind of fun. It's got all the
Municipal.
Monopoly, Monopoly pieces. Okay, please save your cracks.
Yeah, that spot was smooth, and the ledges were buttery,
Oh, yes, they were.
and the locals were nothing but very welcoming, warm.
Nothing but butter on a biscuit.
And I had a cheesesteak.
Ah,
Yeah.
I
I have
forgot
one
to.
also.
Chili cheese.
Wait, this is actually I like. Tom, can you tell him the story of when those kids came up to you and asked if
The
you skated
sponsorship.
for our sponsor, which was Converse?
Oh yeah. So I
Converse.
was eating my
Cons.
Converse
cheesesteak.
Con skate shoes.
I was eating my Converse made cheesesteak sub. And we were checking out that, what is it? Is it like a 13 stair or something? That
The Dane Berman Grand.
no, the
That
Bam
Bam
Ollie.
Ollie.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
yeah.
checking out the Bam Ollie,
CKY2K rocket
eating
ollie
eating
all the way
our
down.
cheesesteaks, you know, checking it out.
Mhm.
I'm thinking, what do I want to do? Back three? No, I already did it. Do I want to do a tray flip? No,
Maybe.
can't do tray flips.
Alright.
What about backside 360 nollie heel flip? Not gonna happen. Ollie to flat? No. So I was continuing to eat my cheesesteak.
Wait, you're not thinking about taking it to flat, are you?
No, I was thinking maybe ollie into the first step and try to ride it
Okay,
out,
good.
and probably roll both of my ankles. But anyhow, so we're eating our cheesesteaks. Me and fancy lad favorite Matt Tomasello, and these two young skater boys approach us, and they say, "You guys skate for Converse?" And we said, "What?" And they said, "You guys skate for Converse?" And we're like, no. And they're like, "Yeah, you skate for Converse." And we're like, I mean, they gave us these shoes. And they're like, yeah, you skate for Converse. And they walked into a McDonald's. And Matt and I were very confused. Did they know us? Did they not know us? What was happening? So we went and we sat down on a giant checker piece, which is where I like to do most of my thinking. And we started to discuss. Within 5 minutes, the two skater boys reapproached us. And they said, "Hey, you guys skate for Converse." And we said, "Do you know us or something? Or are you just..." And they said, "No, you guys skate for Converse." And we were like, if you don't like us, you can just say you don't like us. And he said, "Well, I'll know if I like you once I see you guys skate."
Oh.
And then he walked away. So we think he was implying we skated for Converse because we were standing around not skating.
That is what most sponsored skaters do.
But we had cheesesteaks.
We were hungry.
Yeah, you're supposed to skate with a cheesesteak in your hand.
Well, that's true. I suppose that's what everyone in Philly probably does, right?
Brian Wenning does it.
Dude, absolutely. Stevie, every time Stevie lands a switch shove revert, you see a cheesesteak starting to slip out of the pouch of his hoodie. And he goes, "Oh shit," pushes that back in.
And then
Josh
I
Kalish,
went
too.
over and started skating the ledges in front of them. And then they stopped talking. And then once they were about to leave, they said, "Dude, we get it. You skate for Converse. You don't have to show us." And then they left.
They really said that?
I swear to God.
So they didn't want you to impress them after all.
No, and
What's up with
then
that?
I started talking to the other locals, and they ended up being good guys. I skated the ledge with them.
Yeah, the guy that was there when we
Yeah.
actually left was really nice.
Yeah, he was really nice. But the guys, like, there's I think 3 more. They left before you came over, I think.
Yeah.
And those guys are great too.
I want to set the story straight that everyone we met in Philly that wasn't a 12 to 13-year-old boy was really nice.
Well, yeah, they call it the city of brotherly love,
Yeah,
just not between 12-year-olds and adult-sponsored skaters.
Yeah, I especially like those two kids at the Paynes Park that one was getting a stick and poke of the egg from the other kid. Did you guys meet those guys?
Yeah, but hold on. Let me mention that the kid that was talking shit sucked.
Oh.
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 That changes everything.
Yeah,
Now-
he was so fucking
He
bad.
didn't suck. Everyone's on a different learning curve, okay? He was a beginner.
Well, if you talk shit and you are on a beginner level,
yeah.
that kind of makes you suck
Yeah, fuck off.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Completely.
as a person. who has not earned their right to talk shit.
Mhm.
Not that any of us have really earned our right to talk shit, but I think if you've devoted your life to skating,
If
and
you've
it's all you
devoted
think
your life
about,
to talking shit, you should be able to talk shit. Okay.
it's all we've got left.
I've got several merit badges in shit talking 101.
Love talking shit.
You should
I've seen 'em.
respect my
Couple Purple
right to
Hearts.
talk shit.
That's why
Yeah.
Naraka
Shit talking
liked
didn't always
us, too,
work.
because we like to talk shit.
We told
You
it
think?
like it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you said to Tim Olson, I hate frog skateboards. What?
We
We'll get to that.
did discuss.
Yeah, that's like
we
5
discussed
stops.
Okay,
the
from
okay.
local.
Yeah, we're not even on our
We're,
host
we're in
yet.
first night
Rewind
of
it.
Philly right
Back
now.
it up. Back it up.
Thanks.
Beep, beep,
Boop,
beep,
boop.
boop.
You know, if you really dislike the frog skateboards, we wouldn't mention them at all.
I love them.
I thought we backed up the truck. Oh, a minute. We're third.
Yeah, we're not
reverse
still in
here.
Frog right now.
Okay, let's
So Philly was
see.
great.
Right, just got thrown in
Philadelphia didn't really skate that much. Saw the gap that Ricky Oyola ollied near the park, and
We looked for Bam.
I felt
well, that wasn't in Philly.
No,
That
yeah.
was in
That was
Philly.
after
Hey,
Philly.
you guys were looking
Yeah.
in the wrong place. You're looking there.
What trick did you? Oh yeah,
I'm
I
not
thought
gonna
that was
say
the
I'm
end.
not
I thought that
saying
was the
it.
end of Philly though.
50-50 on a high bar, really surprising.
Fuck you.
Oh yeah, there was the next day too. I forgot about that.
I was sweating my ass off, and I got threatened when I was trying to 50-50 a handicap rail.
That's true.
He said he was gonna come back and have fun with you.
With knives.
Right.
That's not what he said.
Who threatened you?
I'm gonna come back and fuck you. He didn't say that.
Mm.
Oh, I'm eating.
He said have fun.
So yeah, do you think that was?
Different wording, though.
How did you interpret that old man in his hostility?
I think the old man felt like we were invading his neighborhood, and he didn't like our loud noises or our quote-unquote, I'm doing the bunny ears thing right now, destruction of property.
Yeah, and I also feel that he probably, I mean, the way he was talking to us, it seemed like this was a common occurrence that people would come skate there. So he probably,
Really, spot fucking sucked.
yeah, which was very surprising because it was a shitty little granite curb and then a stupid handicap bump to bar that only a fucking idiot would want a 50-50. And him and his wife were the only two people who harassed us at that spot.
Mm.
And they were old and they're gonna die soon. They're fine. It's
Yes,
cool.
There's nothing to worry about. They gotta
It's
take it
fine.
Yeah,
They're-
Bob.
it's understandable. There's no need to try to explain to them that we're not actually doing any harm. Just leave them alone.
You know, I think that a lot of places we went, we offended people by the way we looked.
easy. Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel that a few stops later on the tour, we definitely offended a few people.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but
I
we're-
didn't really sense that too much.
Right when we got into, well, this is jumping
Well,
ahead.
yeah, we're
Kentucky
jumping ahead
was
here.
fucked. Like, the guy was looking at us like we were a nut.
You
guy.
know, in Louisville,
Kentucky?
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Louisville?
Yeah, at the ramp
Should we just
jam.
skip ahead to Louisville?
Let's skip ahead to Louisville real quick.
Yeah.
All right, let's
so
stick to Coda right
When the
here.
guy,
Coda.
okay, so explain the scenario. Us buying some
this was,
food.
This was really the only time that I felt kind of unsafe and unwelcome along our tour. We were at this sort of like backyard ramp jam, the kind of thing that you would
Sponsored
see
by
on,
Red Bull.
Sponsored by Red Bull. It's like straight out of ThrasherMagazine.com, where there's like, it's like a big estate in the country. There's a giant mini ramp with like, you know, this 10-foot extension vert part, and everybody's like drunk and doing giant airs, and like there's bands playing, and there's people riding around on quads, and there's fire pits, and it's kind of gnarly.
It was definitely not.
In the most kind of like gnarly skater use of it. And so we roll up, you know, and we're obviously not going to really skate the ramp, and we're just kind of hoping to crash there for the night and to chill with our host, Reed, who owns a skate shop in Kentucky, who was a great host.
Great guy.
Love the guy.
And so we're like,
Awesome
you know,
host.
we're kind of hungry. We've been skating all day. We're obviously not going to skate really. So I guess there's this like barbecue pit. So we roll over to this barbecue pit that's basically like a little trailer on wheels. Later find out that it is driven around by a Hummer. and it's got like I served in Iraq stickers on it, and it's got other stickers like guns are welcome and shit like that. And then there's this dude chilling there who like he definitely is like, you know, ex-Marine or something. And he's the one, you know, chefing up the barbecue. And so we're like, yo, what's good? Can we get a plate of food? He's like, yeah, it's $8. Even though we heard it was $5, like 10 minutes earlier. But we're like, all right, $8, whatever.
We didn't hear from him. We heard it from
a different guy.
So, hey, go up there. The food's $5, but yeah.
But anyways, he's like, yeah, $8. So then me and Big are like, well, you know, kind of on a shoestring budget. We're on our trip. He's like, hey, maybe we'll just share a plate of food. So we're like, yeah, we're just going to share a plate. And he's like, oh, you can't do that. We're like, why not? And he's like, that's gay. We're like, what's gay about that? He's like, two guys sharing food. And we're like, look, we don't have a lot of money. Seems like it's a lot of food anyway. I'm just going to share it. And he's like, he looks to his buddy and he's like, well, I'm not going to be able to help you. This guy can help you, but I just can't do that. And
yeah,
I'm
he
just
goes, I don't feel comfortable taking your money. He goes, I'm not into any of that gay stuff. Okay, now I'm like, I don't think there's anything gay about two men sharing a plate of food. And he goes, now you telling me you guys are gonna go back to the van and you're gonna split this plate of food and there's nothing gay about that? Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, look, I'm hungry. And also, I don't want to piss off this guy who knows what the hell he's really into. He's got all these, like, gun stickers and shit. I'm like, look, fine, we'll take the food. So we take the food, and it was actually really good.
It was,
but
when they mentioned, like, Kentucky barbecue, like, I know what they're talking about now because that was really good stuff.
But
You
I
know
was
what-
like, am I going to die tonight?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, meanwhile, you know, I like to dress, you know, extravagantly.
As
I'm wearing,
fabulous as you want to.
I like to dress as fabulous as I am. So I'm wearing my, like, yellow polka dotted blouse, and I got my, you know, like, neon short shorts and my special socks and all this. And I'm like, okay, so you're not into, like, flamboyant stuff. You're not into gay. All right, like, now I don't know what to think. And apparently some other guy skating the ramp commented on my outfit, too, and I'm just like, fuck, I don't feel welcome or
What did
safe
he
here.
say?
This sucks. He
He
was
said,
like, he was saying, he's like, yeah, that shirt's not working either.
Yeah.
When you said the skimboard wasn't working?
Yeah.
No, he said it. He was like, I don't understand how to get these like hand plants to work. And he goes, that guy's board don't work either. Or he goes, that guy's board don't work over there, too. And he goes, yeah, his shirt don't work neither.
The guy said that too was shirtless, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
it's true.
He
So
didn't
what
ever
the hell did he know about
Yeah,
shirts?
he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, no, I actually spoke to him after that happened, and he said, no, I was just saying that I thought I could take it in, make it fit him real nice, like just
Oh,
contour
yeah. It
to
was
the
the
curves of his body.
I like wearing bigger, billowy stuff. You
Right.
know, it shows the motion when
Yes.
I'm, you know, gyrating. and all
Smooth.
that.
But no, what was weird?
Hmm.
When we just got into Chicago, that dude drove by us.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
On the highway.
What? No.
He
really?
passed
Swear
us
to
with
fucking
a
God.
shattered windshield
Yep.
on his truck.
Yep.
the fuck?
And him and another guy were driving. We were driving through Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, Gary, Indiana.
We're just
right
based
about
out
to
Gary,
get Chicago.
Indiana, and we're like, holy shit, that's the shirtless guy skating the vert ramp from Louisville.
And that was right after we
Weird.
got off the phone with Bam's parents, Ape and Phil.
Okay, we're not even there yet.
Yeah,
We
well,
shouldn't
actually,
even
we're
be
not
there.
even past that.
Guys,
Past
all right,
that.
guys,
Okay,
everyone,
guys.
buckle up, back and up here.
All right.
Let's
First-
go
I
back to
didn't even know about
Pennsylvania.
I have my seatbelt.
So,
Wait, hold on a
Tom,
minute.
thanks for
Oh,
driving.
How close am I to the curb here?
You're like a foot.
All right, Cam, how far am I from that car behind us?
You're like 3 inches.
Am I good? Oh, fuck. Okay. hold on.
All right, just leave
just
it
Alright,
go.
no, that's
just
cool.
go.
So yeah, so we're back here in Philly, but I think it's time for us to pack up and head out.
So we decide we'll meet in Cincinnati, after
Cincinnati.
Philly. So, you
No,
know,
Pittsburgh.
No,
No,
Cincinnati,
no.
Daddy.
it was Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
I thought it was Pittsburgh.
We thought. Well, we were told
ended
it was
up in
Cincinnati.
Pittsburgh.
I know.
But let's-
I don't
well-
remember hearing anything about Cincinnati.
I don't either. I remember the state park right near
That's
Pittsburgh.
what I remember.
And we were going to sleep in the state park.
I remember hearing Cincinnati directly from Big.
That is fucked up, to say the least. I said I would like to go to Cincinnati on our way to Kentucky, but I said we would sleep in Pittsburgh.
So what ended up happening was Dave's car. We started heading towards Cincinnati thinking we'll meet around Pittsburgh. And you guys started heading towards Kentucky thinking we'll meet around Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's kind of halfway between those 2 points anyhow.
Yeah.
But about, what, an hour maybe?
Maybe an hour in, we get a call, and they're like, we're in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We're going to try to find Bam.
Right.
We're like, okay, yeah, Bam lives
Okay,
there,
this
I
was
guess.
before we even got to Westchester. We called you and we said, hey, guys,
we're
we're going to go to Westchester. Meet us there.
Right.
'Cause
But we
gonna
were
find
already,
we were
way
already
past that.
we were already
15 minutes
about-
past it.
We were about an hour.
We were about an hour
ahead.
past it.
And
How the fuck were you an hour
Yeah.
ahead?
Dave's a
15.
fast driver.
No, he isn't.
Yeah.
He, hits, he
Brakes
rides
every
the
2
brakes the whole
seconds.
time.
He's a fast driver.
Fast driver for a fucking mouse.
and Ralph S. Mouse, fastest motorcycle
No, not
driver
driving.
around. Everyone knows that.
Yeah,
Beverly
you ever
Cleary.
see Stuart Little?
Yeah.
So, anyhow,
Great film.
we hear you guys are going to go to Westchester. We think that sounds fucking awesome if it actually happens and they run into Bam. However, since we're this far, we'll head towards where we're heading and, we'll meet up later. And if you guys find Bam, give us a call. We'll be back there super quick because, as we know, Dave is a very fast driver.
And he was willing to turn around. Matt said, I'll pay for the gas. Let's just turn around if we get a chance to skate at Bam's
If
house.
we find Bam, which is
Half the
not
fun is
an
looking for
easy
him.
task, and half
Yeah.
the fun is looking
You guys
for
would have
him.
been already like to Pittsburgh. by
We
then.
were hot. Yeah, you would have been in Pittsburgh by the time we found him. If we had found him,
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait.
would have made no
It's
sense.
kind of just gave away the ending there.
So
Babe.
tell the
I
whole
mean,
tell
they're gonna
the
find out
search
sooner or
party
later.
story.
So the point is, we kind of broke up at this point. But let's get to the
Okay,
Yeah,
Westchester
so the
version.
guy that was here,
Westchester
the man with the
van.
plan, big.
Okay, search party version. Okay, first of all, it's completely my fault, and everyone involved did not want to find Bam, except for me.
I didn't know that.
I
part.
was the only person saying, this is a great idea. Tony's the only other one who said, yeah, let's go to Westchester.
I thought it was just a
wait.
joke. I thought it was a
Everybody else-
joke at first.
Wait.
Then we were there.
I was all for it.
We were for
Well,
it once
that's
we got
good.
there.
When the fuck did I say I didn't want to find Bam?
I heard some negative remarks.
me?
Not from you necessarily, but
Okay.
from other people in the van, especially Eric. And probably, just the general vibe didn't seem too enthusiastic
I loved
about
it.
the whole thing.
Once we got there, I thought
it's
it was the
true. You
funniest
loved
thing.
it,
Okay.
especially after we went.
Yes.
And as soon as we got there, I was like, ow, how? Make a D's. But then after that, I said, all right, let's just fucking start asking the locals where Bam is. And first guy, we're like, hey, you know Bam? You know where he is? And of course, everybody in the town knows him.
How could you not?
How could you not? Biggest
could you
celebrity come out of there. He still lives in Westchester. And so he was like, yeah, he's probably at any one of these bars up and down here. You just pop into any one of them. He might be in them. He's like, I know he likes Jake's.
Mm-hmm.
So then we were fixated on Jake's from then on
We were
because this
7 minutes
one
from
random guy said that he liked Jake's.
There you
And
go.
then the second guy that
Second
we
guy, which was in
contacted
the same parking lot.
should have filmed that guy. Same parking
Yeah.
lot. Like Oakley wearing sunglass guy.
Sandal.
Backwards hat, sandals.
One sandal.
One sandal. Tattoos.
It already showed.
He was like, damn, man, I know Bam. He's like, man, I just got out of the pen, but I was there for 2 years, but I've been trying to hook up with him myself. Oh, let me give him a call. And he, called up Bam right in front of us. He's like, you guys, is he expecting you guys, or you guys just trying to shake things up? I'm like, no, just trying to shake things up, man. I'll see what I can do. But that guy was super fucking rad, man. I wish I filmed that guy.
Mm.
But then that gave us the idea to start filming everybody else that we asked where Bam was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the gold came out.
That was the gold.
Yeah, well, I knew that you had in mind, we're making a tour video. And so that's just a great subplot.
it's such a great subplot for the drama of searching for the white whale.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And you know, it would have been great to find him. That would have been like a miraculous.
We got pretty
turn of
close.
events.
We got pretty close.
So you did actually find his house, though.
We got some feedback.
yeah, for some, well, we won't even say how we came across the address, but we went to his house and left a message on his intercom because it's a gated house.
Mm-hmm.
And
To keep out crazed fans like you guys.
I peeked over the fence.
Okay.
and yeah,
Left a video.
wanted to, ask him just if we could pitch some tents and sleep in his yard. And April called my phone back the next day. I thought it was a random kid from Westchester, so I gave it to Cam. And she was such a sweetheart for calling us back.
April is Bam's mother, for
Yeah.
you fans out there.
Bam is Bam Margera, for you not-so fans out there.
From a little show called Jackass.
Yeah, and a
Skates
mother...
for Element.
Yeah, mother is someone that births you, like how you get to this world.
You also talked to Phil too, Cam, isn't?
Well, when I was
Hold on,
talking to
back to what a mother
yes,
is.
I think we covered that.
When
It's your body squeezes through her vagina?
Yeah, a mother is someone whose work is never done.
Okay.
when I was
9
talking
months,
to April on the phone, it was like I was talking to my aunt. You know, my aunt I haven't seen in 2 years.
You guys just kept talking about
Oh
wanting
my-
to kiss each other.
Yeah, I go, I can't wait to see you. What'd you get me for Christmas? And she goes, I'm not going to tell you that. You'll just have to see. Anyway, after talking to her for a little bit, which seemed like, not too long, but it ended up being 3 minutes, I asked for Phil. Without any question, she hands over the phone to Phil. And they're so apologetic that they missed us.
I know.
They couldn't stop apologizing that they missed us.
I'm so sorry.
And I go, listen, it's fine. Literally, it's fine. I said that. And then I talked to
says
Phil.
it.
I says.
And then I talked to Phil, and he is... If I could marry April or Phil, guess who I'd marry?
Phil.
Phil, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Such a cute guy.
Mm.
And
Yeah, he's oh my god, what a sweetheart.
I
Just
know.
hearing him
That's
talk.
not tickling.
Yeah.
April, if you're listening, we love you.
Mm-hmm.
Phil,
We'd still,
love you more.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I would like to say I'm sorry for what Bam did to both of you, and I hope that doesn't happen again.
But wait. She said Bam was in, like, Europe somewhere.
But
And
she was
should've-
passed the video along.
I think she
And-
said
Where?
Sorry, what?
Estonia.
Where's the...
Estonia. That's a real place.
I know, but I was unsure of whether or not
Okay,
I should
well,
divulge.
anyway,
She
I
said
think- I
privileged
he posted
Bam
it.
information.
No, I think Bam
Yeah.
posted that on his Instagram.
His
so.
Instagram is a private account. I don't know how many of
Is
these
it?
people were accepted to it.
Are you serious?
I know, I really doubt it.
No,
Oh,
it's not.
yeah, no, I
But
think-
anyway,
Probably
she
a lot
said
of
next time we are back around the area to swing by.
Yep.
So that means, hey, gates are fucking open for you guys.
Hot
Okay?
on
going.
the trail, Bam.
Okay.
We're coming for
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
I want to go there.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm bringing
I wanted
an
to
air
jump the
mattress.
fence. No one would let me, but I...
Well,
Sorry.
it might have weird security there.
I think
Yeah,
it
she
probably
said
worked out
they did
better.
have security.
She said they did have security.
Yeah.
I would have got sicked by a dog.
Yeah.
And the dog's name was Bam, too, so it's just so confusing.
Bam as well, or Bam
I'll do it.
2?
It was just Bam as
Like
well.
all
They
So-
were all named
Sick
Bam.
'em Bam, and I thought Bam was running
Sick
at
'em
me.
Sick 'em Bam as well.
Yeah. And it was a fucking dog.
Hello, my name is Bam as well.
Oh, man, it was just so
French
confusing.
dog.
Yeah.
French Canadian or?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. So that's the Bam experience.
Yeah. How was your Pittsburgh experience?
We had a great time in Pittsburgh. We stayed at a Fleabag motel.
Yep.
They had free coffee in the
They
morning.
did.
Seemed like there was a prostitution ring taking place there.
I can confirm there was.
And what else? I took the soap.
Yeah. Oh, I took soap as well.
Did you
You
drop it?
Yeah. I did drop it, but yeah, Matt was right there to pick it up, so that was very convenient.
And we watched skate videos on the TV.
We did. There was an HDMI cable in the room when we got there, which I thought was
A little suspicious.
very suspicious.
And,
That's when I knew definitely a prostitution ring happening here.
And for some reason, Dave brought his computer. So It was
Yeah.
great. We watched Minefield.
You know, we should have broke out the grill and the 2 lawn chairs.
We should have grilled inside of that hotel
We
room.
definitely should have. Just
Yeah.
kept it going all night.
Mhm.
See where it takes us.
Well, we were all pretty tired from traveling and the dusting of the rest of the crew.
Tired.
Right.
Tired. That's all I hear this whole tour.
It was pretty tiring.
It's the sleepy time tour.
We all got about 6 hours of sleep every night.
That's a lot.
If that.
That's
That's
I'd
a
say
lot.
that's a decent.
Well, people like me and Eric, we like 10 to 12.
It's a tour,
It's a tour.
not a fucking spa day.
Thank you.
Or like a spa week.
I
As
got
well.
used
Like a
to.
spa 2
I
week.
got used to living off of 4 to 5 hours of sleep
I did too.
and functioning.
You
Listen.
said you
It
got
makes
6.
you into an animal.
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna let you guys
6
in
is
on a little
optimistic.
secret. I haven't slept in over 8 years. I don't see the need for it.
Well, you look great.
Thank you. And
What's
that's
the
because
secret?
I never sleep.
Well, you said that, but how does that work?
Well, you just keep your eyes open,
That's the hard part.
right? And then that's it.
Hmm.
It's literally a 1-step process.
Yeah.
Eyes open, done.
Well, there were moments when I was driving Dave's car from Pittsburgh to Kentucky
Yes.
where I could feel my eyes not staying open. And I'm like, I gotta drive right now. This is bad timing.
Yeah. But Pittsburgh was fun. We went to a few
We went to a few famous spots,
yeah, we
actually.
did. We went to some famous spots.
Special bank spots that, what's
Josh
his name?
Harmony.
Josh Harmony skates, and that
That
guy
spot
on
looked
Element,
amazing.
Evan Smith.
Mm.
He did a couple cool tricks.
We also saw that Brendan Westgate spot. That
Oh yeah, his
was-
front 180 into that crazy bank.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah,
Pittsburgh was cool.
yeah, it was cool. You know, I would have loved to be with everyone. That was the main bummer. With all dustings, that was the only issue. Was just
Same
That's
here.
true.
I
you
want to be
know.
with my
True.
friends, which
Yeah.
I was with some of them. But it was like we got
But
a
not
bunch
all of
more. We
them.
could all be together.
You were getting friend greedy.
You know, I was being very shellfish about my friends.
Fist kept saying when we weren't gonna make the demo in Kentucky at 5 o'clock.
Right.
Fist kept saying, "Well, if we canceled the demo, then what's the rush? Why do we have to even? Why do we even have to drive straight to Kentucky?" And I was like, "Well, what about the car of other people that we've been driving with who are already 3 hours ahead of us?"
And did he think that was a valid
He
point?
didn't really
No,
seem
he
to
kept
care.
saying the
It didn't
Yeah.
seem to register.
He just kept asking to
He's a
pull
genius.
over every 15 minutes. Fucking genius. Guy is a fucking genius, I tell you.
Yeah.
For those of you just tuning in, we're talking about Colin Fisk, who is, in fact, a genius.
A creative genius, though, not the Stephen Hawking kind.
Right. Yeah. Stephen Hawking.
How would anyone be tuning
No-
in
no
midway
clue.
through this? It's not live.
It's true.
Well, in case you had to pause it because your boss was showing up, and you're like, "Oh no, I'm working."
Yeah.
And you just lowered the volume instead of pausing it, and then came back and just decided to not backtrack.
Yeah.
Right.
Just in case your boss comes in and is like, I need you to listen to all 3 of these Fancy Lad podcasts 5 p.m. tonight.
Which would suck because
Yeah.
they're pretty long.
They are pretty long.
Where are we at right now?
Okay, the normal podcast length. Should we take a break?
Yeah, why don't we take a break real quick? Let's hear from our sponsors.
Yeah, let's take a quick little ad from our sponsors.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick little break and go to our
25
sponsors.
foot.
Today's current climate doesn't leave much room for guys to be guys, or Americans to be Americans. That's why you gotta get rid of the butts and pack a fucking lip, you little bitch. Skull! Pre-portioned packets of loose tobacco for your mouth. That's right, fucking stick it in there. Let it sit a while, taste all the juices. Everyone will think, who's that? That's me, and I'm a fucking man. Are you man enough for Skull? A pinch better.
Okay, and we're back.
This podcast has been brought to you by Converse Shoes. Every artist needs their canvas.
Well, I mean, the tour was sponsored by Converse. They didn't actually sponsor the podcast.
But in a way, they do.
This is the tour edition, so I'll give it to you.
That's true.
So we finally reunite in Kentucky,
Yeah.
Lexington.
Beautiful moment for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow you guys are behind us at this point.
Probably stopped to skate something. Oh, we stopped at DQ.
We stopped at DQ. I think the main thing was that we left Pittsburgh and then went to a grocery store to get beer, and then
Drove for an hour.
and then past the grocery store that we had got beer at. And
That was weird.
the GPS wanted us to turn around, but rather than have us turn around, it had us drive like 40 minutes and do this crazy loop.
Yeah, that was fucked.
It was really annoying. We couldn't figure out what exactly happened with that, but
I was going to say, that's kind of weird because we drove from Westchester, Pennsylvania, through Maryland and West Virginia, all the way to Lexington, Kentucky, and made it there before you guys.
right. Yeah.
Probably because of that minor setback.
Right.
Well,
What?
because of that 40-minute setback? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
Right.
sense.
Well,
Yeah.
if you take into account
We
the
also
time,
had traffic.
the 20 minutes in the grocery store, the 15 minutes outside of the grocery store crushing brews, the 20 minutes in the DQ drive-through,
Me.
trying to split up the tab.
Before DQ, I was taking a shit at a McDonald's. You guys were drinking beers in a cornfield.
We drank beers in a cornfield. It was very scary. A truck pulled up right outside the cornfield, and we had to wait to make our exit because we were scared.
Oh, I was waiting for you at the car, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know when to come out. There was a truck full of people looking straight into the cornfield.
Oh.
Bunch of baby guys in one car.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we made it to Lexington. We reunited with our friends. Our host, Reed, had all this food waiting for us.
Reed was pissed.
He
by
had
the
a
way.
rant.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he was
was-
pissed?
Yeah.
Reed
He
was
was very
pissed
mad.
when we got
What the
there.
hell was he mad about?
He
Well,
didn't show up for the demo on
we
time.
canceled the demo.
Oh.
We showed up. We didn't even make it to the happy hour at the bar where they were watching Fancy Led Skate videos. And the fact that he was just at the bar drinking, I think, really fueled his rage when we got there.
So he's an angry drinker.
Happy
Or he
hour was
becomes
still
angry.
The thing that
Tough
doesn't
to
make sense
say.
to me is that it was happy hour when we were supposed to do the demo anyway, and we told him we weren't going to make the demo, therefore not making happy hour. I don't get why he was mad about that.
Well, by the hour we got there, he seemed very happy.
Yeah, he seemed
We
fine.
softened him
He
up for you.
offered us
Thank you.
food, and he's like, "You got a bed to sleep in?" I slept in his kid's bedroom, and it was the best sleep that I got the entire trip.
Yeah, it was weird though.
Wait,
he
you
said
didn't sleep in his bedroom?
his kid did
No.
not
I
get
know,
any
me and
sleep.
Dave did.
I was going to say, because he was pissed.
Yeah.
Someone
Someone-
was sleeping in his bedroom.
He said to sleep
He gets
anywhere.
pissed
I didn't
about a
know
lot
where
of
to
stuff,
go.
huh? I didn't even know any of
Dude,
this.
Reed was pissed pretty much the
whole
whole time
time.
we were there.
Really?
Great
Yeah.
guy. I love the guy. I actually think he was one of the most...
He was the best host we had, I bet.
I think he was the best.
No,
one of, if
I
not
don't
the
know
best
about
He
host.
was the best host. He gave us free beer.
Yes.
He gave us a house
Right.
with beds.
Mm,
He gave us fucking food. Did I mention beer?
Dinner and breakfast.
He had a skate ramp in the backyard built for us that none of us skated besides
That's
Dave
true.
in the morning.
Yep.
With
bamboo
coping.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rude.
he did build
That was
2
cool.
ramps that we didn't
Oh,
even
Sick
skate.
okay. Okay, not rude. What else did he have?
Very unique.
He brought over Pablo. Pablo rules
yeah,
first.
Pablo was
sick.
cool.
Shout out to
All of
Pablo.
our hosts are great. I'm not saying
Reed
anyone
was the
was
best.
better or worse, but his house was great.
He had
in many ways.
a jam space in the basement, that we almost used.
We almost used it.
Great.
He had records playing for us.
Huh.
He had friends over.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought his was the fucking best experience.
He also had a lot of stuff lined up for us to do, and
He
was
sure did.
very set on sticking to the itinerary, which I appreciated very much because we are a group of people who are not good at
Budgeting time.
budgeting time. Yeah,
Hence,
time management.
canceling the demo
Mm-hmm.
that he had planned us the day before.
Well, the next day, we wake up bright and early. He takes us to the most amazing bank to curb from every single angle. There's corners, there's hips, the best bank spot ever. And we're skating there for like 15 minutes. And he's like, all right, you got to go to our demo now. And we're like, dude, we just busted out the camera. And so everyone's still trying to skate. And he's like, guys, now. I'm like, all right. And so we all kind of begrudgingly leave,
the
even though we're
first
like, this is
time-
the best spot we've ever been
Leave
to.
30 minutes after he said, all right, last try.
It was the first time
Yeah.
we were kicked out of a spot by a member of our crew.
By the host.
No.
He's like, here's the spot. Now you see it, now you don't.
Yeah.
But I think we were there for an appropriate amount of time. Obviously, we stayed about at least 20 minutes after he said it was time to go.
We would have stayed there for like 2 to 3 hours.
I think the
knowing
point of the
us.
story is to go skate that spot.
Yeah, go skate
If you're
that
down
spot.
in Kentucky, go skate that spot. What was it again?
It's a bank spot. You'll find it.
You'll find it. It's in the middle of the field.
It was on a road, and there were lots of motorcyclists driving
It was
by.
like I forget
Cops. They were going to a funeral.
No, that's not true. That was
It
a
is
different
true.
one.
The cops were leading the way for the motorcycle funeral.
It was cops
Yeah.
on motorcycles going to a funeral.
I thought it was Hell's
poli-
Angels guys.
How could you see their back patches from that far fucking away? You were literally.
I busted out
fucking-
my binoculars that I brought on the trip.
Oh my god.
But
Fuck that.
we went off to the tour. We went off to the demo from this great spot. And the demo, there was a lot of good ramps, a
And
lot
a
of little
skate shop.
quarter pipes,
Awesome
a
skate
pole
shop.
jam, great shop that was also like a venue and recording studio. The best part about the demo was that there was more of us than people actually there to watch it.
Right, no one showed up. He claimed
we had
that
the upper
a lot
hand.
more people would have showed up had we actually fulfilled our obligation of showing up for the previous allotted time.
I guess that's
That makes
fair.
sense.
Right.
Yeah,
that
that's
makes
fair.
a lot of sense.
Because they're gonna be like, "Fuck these guys! I don't want to come the second time."
And
But-
he said there would have been a lot of teenagers dying to hang out with you. And I said, what about that really sounds that great, Reed? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, seriously. Well, no, we love our teenage fans. Hey,
Hey,
we love all of our fans, no
that's
matter
true.
whatever about them. But no, but it was actually a really fun demo. At that point, that was like the most energetic sesh of the trip thus far, I thought.
And that's where Demo Fisk really came out and
Oh, he
shined.
came out.
yeah.
He came out.
We
He
got to
was
see Fisk
launching.
skateboard. That was amazing.
Anytime
he-
Fizz skates is magical because he doesn't do it much.
That was
He's-
a
Yeah.
joy to film.
He's really
Reed
good.
mentioned that too.
Yeah,
He noticed that.
yeah, he doesn't skate much, but
He
when he
ruined their drainage
does,
pipe.
it's a beautiful moment. And he is launching off a launch ramp onto a wall like 10 feet up, and he was just getting really excited, getting really into it. We were all having a ball.
Then we got rained out.
Then it rained, which was perfect because Reed had other plans for us. We had to go off to
Swim the
a
creek.
swimming hole. Well, yeah, the creek, which is so nice.
Oh, that was great.
Because
awesome.
all he wanted to do when he came to visit me the first time he was here was he wanted me to take him to the ocean. And I said, Reed, listen to me. We're not driving 2 hours to go to the Cape, all right?
You can go to the beach
We're
here.
going,
Go to
we're
Revere.
going to Turtle
Yeah.
Pond. Yeah, we could have gone to Revere.
Step on needles, like I said.
Yeah, we
Well,
could have
it's-
gone to Revere, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, but I guess if you're not really used to having the ocean, then it's probably
Anything will do.
Yeah, he wants to see the ocean.
All right, in hindsight, Reed, I'm sorry I took you to Turtle Pond. I should have taken you to shitty Revere Beach.
You
Or
know,
the
for our
Dorchester
viewers,
Beach,
Revere
but
Beach.
Just as shitty.
You're not even allowed to swim in the Dorchester one.
sure you are.
Okay, not.
I
I'm-
swam there. All people
You can
swim
there. You're not allowed to.
All right, to make a point,
Never heard that.
I was the one
Why do you
pushing
think no one's ever
swimming
swimming there?
during this Kentucky trip.
They are.
I was all.
Oh, we needed it.
I was pushing it.
yeah, that is a good point. We all owe Cam for us going swimming.
Thank
'cause
you.
I've never gone swimming before. I've heard other people mention the word. I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
We got there. I said, "Oh, I understand. Bath time." I got in, scrubbed a dub. It was great. Cam, I've never been cleaner.
You had your floaties on.
That's
You were
great
ready to
to-
go.
That's seriously great to hear. You know, I'm glad something I fucked up for everyone ended up good for one person.
Oh, it was great.
That was great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what we needed at that point.
that
of
was
the
our
trip.
first
It was
like
hot.
shower of the trip, or any kind of cleansing. That's good.
Oh no, it was great. I love swimming, especially in rivers and creeks.
I love swimming.
I've only done it once, and it was in Kentucky, in Lexington, but it was a great experience.
You do it again.
I would do it again. Yeah, absolutely. In Kentucky at this one specific spot, definitely I would try it once, maybe twice.
So in hindsight, Reed was even pissed that I took him to Turtle Pond, not the ocean.
I think he's got an anger issue.
Reed, if
That's what
you're
it sounds like.
listening, don't kick our ass for saying that.
It's not anything to be ashamed of, and we have a lot of really qualified doctors here in Boston.
So come back for a visit anytime.
I understand his anger.
Yeah.
You do?
100%.
Oh.
Bunch of fucking idiots showing up to his beautiful home, drinking all his beer, eating all his food, swimming in his holes, skating all his
Don't you
spots.
swim in my hole.
He wanted us in his hole.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
The
Good
swimming
swimming.
hole.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I relate.
But yeah, after we swam, it was on to the next event. We had to get back to his house and go off to the skate jam in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere,
Where we were gonna rip.
where there was a vert ramp that none of us were going to skate.
No,
and there was
no.
rock music.
There was a mini ramp with an
There's a mini ramp
extension.
with vert.
There was a mini ramp with an extension that, when we arrived, was a 7-foot mini ramp with a 10-foot extension.
11.
I thought it was 12.
I thought
11?
It was 10, but
It was 10. When you're airing 6-7 feet out of it, it's hard to tell how tall the extension was.
Looks small
I'm not,
from up there.
Right. I'm not the best judge of size in that matter. But maybe we could talk to someone who's on the sidelines. Cam?
11 feet.
Thank you, Cam.
Yeah.
I
tell
got
us
that
a little
from
something
Reed.
about size.
Matt Tomasello's packing heat. That's all I know. Jack Rodolfo too.
And
The
that's-
one whispering in.
Really?
Jack.
If Jack was here now, I'm sure he would agree with that.
I
something.
never thought Jack would be a vert skater, but that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's good with the slappies, which are meant to be like the vert of street.
So the whole thing in Louisville, Kentucky was surreal. Driving in to this fucking huge property where there was 1 million cars parked, with all these flags leading you into the backyard where there are bands playing, one porta potty, bunch of tents being pitched, if you will,
Yeah.
and vert skaters doing their thing, which is amazing to see in person, boring as hell in video. And
But in person, yeah, it was very impressive.
I was
Yeah.
doing this the whole time.
Yeah.
yeah, me too,
Yeah.
right?
And if you didn't see that,
Yeah, he was doing that snappy thing you'd see at any frat house you go to.
It's known as
Or
gippa
if you're-
snapping.
if
Yeah.
or you're packing a lip, that's
Right,
what
you're
you do.
packing your skull.
Skull.
Or grizzly, or whatever it is.
I love
Yeah.
hockey players.
I love
Okay.
name brand association, and I'll say skull.
All right.
Copenhagen,
Great.
Brunglifberg.
Uncle Jesse.
So
We did listen to Rune Goldberg's song.
yeah, that was a little
Skating
taste of
around.
Kentucky, and
You
you
know,
can't really make it justice unless you were there. I think.
Lexington was awesome. Lexington
was
was really
sweet.
cool,
That was a cool
really
little city.
fun, great spots. Totally felt fine. Louisville was a bit frightening.
Well, yeah, after I got a little shaken up by our, homophobic barbecue man,
Mm-hmm.
I was chilling there and I was like, what can we do to get out of here for a little while? We went to the Louisville skate park,
That was great.
which is like the largest outdoor park, lit up all night.
Well, actually, that was my idea. Going to the
Yeah, it
Louisville
was
skate
Big's
park.
idea.
So I don't know why
You're a
you-
bullshit liar.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd be a bullshit liar right now and try to pass off as your own idea.
I thought we all talked about it.
No, Eric came to me, said, "Big, I'm hungry. I need you to drive me somewhere." And I said, "Let's go to the Louisville skate park. We can find you some food along the way, buddy."
What a saint.
Eric is our friend with dietary needs.
He has
He's a
special needs.
vegan. So, he's got to have special food. But the park, was fun.
Okay, I
It was
usually hate
impressive.
parks, and I fucking love that park.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was some really cool stuff there.
Best park I've ever been to.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Have you been to the Winchester Park?
No.
Yeah, don't go.
Okay.
Oh.
I loved that park. I really never liked parks, and that thing was fucking fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Fisk was hucking.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Fisk
to
only
you
did
guys,
double.
he did a double set. It could have been a triple. He was going 26 miles per hour.
Mm.
I clocked it in myself.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't even mention the fact that he was on.
Yeah.
He was on an illicit. Well, maybe
But the thing about
it enhances your senses.
Yeah. You know, the one thing I've noticed about Fisk when he takes is that he gets a lot better at. And then sometimes he looks at me and I'm like, yo, what the? Are you looking at, mother? And then he's like, you know what? Right now, all I want to do is you right in your stupid little hole.
I think that's something we can all agree on.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Finally.
I gotta get me some of that. Thank you.
You should.
Seems fun. I feel like I would be and all over the place all night long.
Anyway, that park rolled, and once we got back from that park, we found out it was a really, really bad area to be in at night. People get robbed, stabbed, no beeping. Fucking people like running around with guns at the. Did you hear all this shit?
Oh no.
Oh,
I had no
remember
idea.
this?
Wait, the lights are on 24 hours a day. though.
24 hours a day, but guys from like neighborhoods around there come around and fucking flash their guns and cause a ruckus within that park.
I noticed a lot of blunt smoking going down at the park. Nothing wrong with that. And I was like chilling on the ground outside of the park, and the guy rolls up and he's like, "Are you cool? Are you good?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm just sitting here." He's like, "Oh, okay, I thought you were hurt." I'm like,
that's
all
nice
right,
of him to check
that's
in on
very
you.
nice. Yeah,
What a nice guy.
yeah. But that's interesting you say that now. Maybe he thought that I got like fucked up.
Yeah.
But I just want to point out, too, that you were really eager to ditch Reed's ass and stay at a motel that night. And you say, what? We only met the guy one day.
Me and Matt
Why?
wanted to get a hotel too.
That pissed me off.
Let's get away.
It wasn't about Reed.
He
It
was
was
our
about
best
not going
host.
back to the middle of nowhere to the woods where there's going to be quads all night.
Where we said we were gonna go back to.
Quads all night. There was one
There was
fucking
one.
quad.
It was the guy that owned the house.
and he was bringing people back and
Yeah.
forth
Look,
and
I
forth.
didn't
He
feel
was giving them
comfortable
rides
there.
around
Did you
his
think he was gonna?
humongous
Oh
fucking
my
yard.
God.
I didn't like the environment. And I thought,
There was
hey,
one-
we're already in Louisville proper. Let's do it Louisville style.
Oh, that's not it
Stay
at
at a
all.
motel.
Stay in a
That's not
motel. Okay,
Louisville
yeah.
style.
I didn't
this
want to
guy
go
that did
back
this-
to the woods.
Luckily, Dave talked some sense into you because he was the driver.
He didn't actually. We were over it because we were waiting for him too long.
You guys left.
We
us
gave
at the
up on
park
it.
wicked early too.
Oh yeah, because we just wanted to go to bed.
You
we
guys
did
are
get-
such
we did-
babies. It's tour, not fucking sleep time.
We did get there like 45 minutes
Guys,
before
this is
you
a
guys.
once-in-a-lifetime
'cause you stopped at that-
opportunity.
you guys
Let's
got
go to
food at
bed.
that
Yeah, we got
bar,
food.
I need to sleep
and
to
we hadn't
perform.
eaten, so we had to get food after.
Star
But
I need sleep
Child.
to do what I do.
All right, tell me now, who really pissed you off on tour?
All of you. Not you, K-Man.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, bullshit!
Yeah, what the fuck?
Fuck you!
Yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit, you long.
All right,
fucking-
all of you then.
You're wearing a fucking lacrosse shirt and you're fucking trying to talk shit.
Look,
Fuck you.
we all pissed each other off. That's part of tour.
That's not true.
But what really
Oh.
pissed you off?
No, specific. Come on. This is just one thing.
Name one
There are more
person,
people than
one
us here
time.
too.
I don't know. You're all annoying in your own way.
All right, so go
That's
through
charming.
each one of us and tell us.
Why don't you all
Because
tell
we
us
fucking
about
asked
that?
you first. Someone hit me with a fucking high five. Thank you.
I'm trying to dwell on the positive aspects
Fuck
of
the
the trip.
positive. Whee! Come on. You start with me. Easy target.
Easy target right there.
Well,
we only got like 5
I know what
minutes
it
left
is.
in this
the only
podcast.
problem I had was
That's
when you
why
tried to ollie over a
the
bench where a
the
girl was sitting there.
next to it.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
No, and I was pissed off at you the whole fucking day about getting pissed off at me. I wanted to fucking throw you at the girl.
Dude, that's the problem that I had with it, is that you had no regard for her.
I saw her there. I ollied on the other side of the fucking bench. If I want to grind someone's fucking arm, I'm going to grind someone's arm.
You shouldn't do that.
I don't care, though. You know, that bench is just as much mine as it is hers.
It's everyone's bench.
Okay.
I agree with that. But you can give someone a little warning.
And screaming.
Especially someone like you who has a tall ollie. Your board was like at her head. So like you bailed it too, and it
Yeah,
could
we're
have
not
gone
gonna
into her head.
I was gonna say, as long as the person's safe, I think that's it.
You could have just
I
even
was on
said.
the whole other side.
You could have said, "Hey,
Hey,
I'm
gonna
gonna ollie
bail
this
this ollie
bench."
into your head.
She had no idea either. She was startled.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
She went like
I was
this.
watching.
I want to kill you just like I wanted to kill you back when you got mad at me for it.
Well, I don't want to kill you, and I don't want anyone else to get hurt. That's why I was
want her
bothered
dead,
by it.
too. For sitting there. I hate her.
Why?
She was. Oh shit.
Well, you heard it here. Fancy lad wants to hurt people.
Yeah. Well, you know, one thing we can say about that lady on the bench, she got a up close, perspective of a really cool ollie over a bench.
Thank you.
You didn't even do it.
Yeah, so didn't you clip the bench?
Yeah, I didn't fucking do it.
Yeah,
It was
'cause
my
you only
first try.
tried it once. Yeah.
Thank you.
You could have made it the next time.
You could have. You
Thank
could have made
That
it
was
the
a
first
practice.
time.
That was a bail.
It was into the grass.
Yeah,
I have
you
no
could ride in
problem
the
with
fucking
people
grass.
ollieing. It's about respecting other people's space and not hurting them.
That's all we do every fucking day is disrespect everyone else's space.
It's
I don't
true.
know if that's true.
It
They're
is
not
100%
they're not
true.
up close and personal, but the fact that it's still their space still rings true. I mean, you can argue that there is no private space and that it's all public
It's
space.
everyone's space.
Exactly.
It's about
but
respecting each other, not the space. Each other's space within the public
personal
space.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always liked to say that it's his space, it's her space, it's your space. It's myspace.com. Come here, set up your profile, and get your 8 top friends up there on your top 8.
Okay, on that note, let's just end the podcast. Sponsored by myspace.com.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
This is part 1 of the Fancy Lad Tour podcast. Look forward to part 2 coming next week, where we will leave Kentucky into Chicago, Illinois,
Where the bench
Bench
incident
was, yeah.
took place.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Cleveland, Ohio, and upstate New York, and back home to beautiful Boston, Massachusetts.
Yo.